what are some of the things that you do to deal with anxiety in your experience? I know, like you said, you don't have everything figured out, but
Yeah.
what has helped you the most?
Yeah. So obviously as an artist, my answer is going to be create. It's going to be find ways to express. The worst thing we can do pretty often, like this is what I share to like the students that I work with all the time, is we were told that we need to just push through, that we just need to get past and sort of bottle all this sort of stuff that we're feeling, all this anxiety, all this tension. Oh, you're worried about work. Oh, you're worried about all of these sort of things. We're told that we need to bottom them up. And the worst thing we can do is rather than actually express and lean into feeling and lean into the things that we're going through, we kind of run from them. And that's why, like I joke, is that we use social media pretty often as a way to like run from a lot of our worries and a lot of our insecurities and our fears and doubts and anxieties. But when we lean into things, it's uncomfortable. It's absolutely uncomfortable and it's scary. But it's often more impactful. So when I'm going through a lot of just anxiety and depression, I create and I make and I share. The irony or the funny part is I think the entire internet has seen this room now at some point or another. And it's like in one of the many directions I filmed this room so far. But the thing that I do when I'm making TikToks, it's not like I have a script to every single TikTok. Literally all it is I turn on the light, I turn on the camera, and I kind of just sit there for 30, 45 minutes, just as I tell all my friends, talking into the void. I kind of just talk and I recite my poems and I talk to myself and I feel the things I want to feel. Rather than running from them. And for me, making the TikToks, as ironic as it sounds, is a really therapeutic and meditative way to handle a lot of things that I'm feeling. People have commented that how I worded and how I was saying a friendly reminder felt like I was going through a lot. And honestly, I was. That's why I was sitting there making TikToks. But I think as an artist, that's why I recommend it. And that's why I recommend, if you are an artist, or even if you're not, like, find ways to create and share and do the things that you want to do. So that's one thing that I would say is lean into the feeling and make with it. Again, make music with the shaking tambourine hands, make music with them. Or I would also say lean into your community, lean into the people around you and the friends and family that are supporting you. I think that's often that we feel that we're alone in our struggle. We're alone in our anxiety. We're alone in our fears and insecurities. But we actually, as I think the video and a lot of just the internet has proven, is that even in our most lonely state and like our most lonely, we feel that our problems are so unique to us. The truth is
reality, they're not.
Millions and millions of people are also feeling the same thing. And so when you lean into those people and when you ask and reach out for help, it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of failure or anything like that. It's a sign of strength because you're willing to put yourself in a position that's vulnerable. And that's what I tell a lot of people. It's like, I'm a huge advocate for therapy, for example. And a lot of the stigma around therapy, outside of like the pricing and issues about that, is the fact that it's a sign of weakness. Like only people who are broken or are going through everything go to therapy. And yeah, there's days that I like cry to my therapist. Absolutely. But then there's also days that I'm in therapy just chatting with my therapist about how things are going really well. And that ability to have a person or have a group of people that you can just open to is really, really powerful. And that's why I recommend it. And so I would say create what you want to create and share your stories. And also lean into the community that you built around you, friends, family, loved ones, partners, everything.
Yeah, I personally write a lot of stuff down as well. Like whenever I have thoughts about anything, like I just try to write it down on paper. And also just talk to myself and think it over in my head, because a lot of times we actually overthink things, and
100%.
Life isn't exactly what we think it is. It's probably not as bad as you think it is. So
absolutely.
Just thinking of it in a different way. And I think most people just deal with a lack of direction in life, because I know a lot of college students, you know, I'm in college personally,
Right.
and a lot of students just go through the motions. You know, they're told to go to college and get this job and do this specific path, but they don't really like it, and they don't know what other thing to do besides that. So when you're told to do something that you don't want to do, it's basically, you know, you have this feeling of just worthlessness, and all the bad emotions come to you when you don't like what you do. And like you mentioned, creating, for me, that's helped immensely as well. Just creating content or doing things that I want to do that make me happy. That's been really an amazing journey, because once you could put your time and effort into one thing, or just these projects that you do, it, like, you feel worth, and you feel like you have a purpose in this life, and you just keep grinding at it, going at it. And then you get the progress of and progression of gaining skills, gaining knowledge, doing all these different things, and meeting new people.